To want to make pictures is fundamentally to want to share something that you've seen of value and that you suspect maybe people haven't paid enough attention to. The American West has been my primary subject, particularly the landscape, that they are frightening landscapes and that the only way I can get over my own anxiety about them is to go and just keep working.
I had been traveling to Vietnam for 4 or 5 years, and it was obvious that I had not really fully dealt with the idea of war. Obviously, it was so traumatic and so difficult that I wanted to avoid it. It came time to make the pictures, and so I just had to get over my fears. I'm really trying to understand the effect of war on my life, and I'm just using landscape photography to try to answer those questions.
I decided to make a series of the collapsed ceiling in underground quarries in Paris.
I decided to photograph in New Orleans after Katrina because I had been watching what was going on for about a month, like everybody else, just as the whole drama was unfolding. I photographed the open fire in 1991, and that was a devastated landscape, but the scale was radically different. This is the kind of scale where you could drive for days and not see another human being. It was like the big aha moment, which is, yeah, these things are supposed to be threatening and dark and disturbing and scary.
It reminds me a little bit of something Eugene Smith said after he photographed as a combat photographer in the Pacific. He found himself photographing pictures of dead GIs on the beach, and he was nauseated, and he said, I never want to make compositions like this again. But the fact was that he did. He continued to compose pictures, and that's kind of what happened to me.
There is a beautiful thing here, and you make photograph, but the photograph is not so good. Why?
I went out and I took pictures of interstates and new housing, which was growing all along the edge of the mountains in Colorado. And I began to get pictures I didn't really understand. There was the bad stuff, but every once in a while there was still a kind of luminous, the radiance over this landscape of mistakes, really.
When I was photographing fires, I was photographing floods and then space shuttle landings and bombing ranges. What makes the photographs beautiful is just the beauty of the landscape, of light, of the land, the earth itself, that's just pushed against. It could be a bombing range, it could be a masquerade of dead animals, it could be, a toxic pit on the Mississippi River.
There are horrific things that happen in war, but war can be beautiful as well. And of course, within minutes, there could be an explosion and there could be an attack, and suddenly beauty turns into mayhem, it turns into horror. But then everything calms down and it's quiet and you hear the crickets and it's again very beautiful.
Sometimes you just stay afraid, of course, but every once in a while you get a picture that enables you to sense a promise even out of the darkness.
Whenever I see those kind of things, all of a sudden I feel myself totally alone in this world. I feel I am looking at the end of this world. I'm imagining what there is just beyond that point.